So as we talk through the panel on here, we've got some 6 widgets there which we can press. Actually, there's 5 because this is just a picture, it doesn't do anything. But as we run through the screen itself, we've got the wash function. Again, this is going to turn the machine on without the freezing components. So we're just going to have the machine operating, pushing product through, but without it freezing down. From there, we can go through the instructions of cleaning and deep cleaning. However, we can also access them without going into the wash mode. So that's the process of that. So this is for initial startup, cleaning through the machine and checking for seals, leaks and stuff and so on. And of course, washing as well. To exit that, we press the button here. The next one along is our freeze button. So this is our button which is going to create the ice cream. So once we press that, we can then run through and see what the machine's doing, what our temperatures are, our freeze rates, and then of course it's going to show us and flip over to the cylinder temperatures and what the machine is actually operating. So the machine, you can hear, is working. It's now starting to chill down with the mixture inside. It's worth noting you need to have mixture in both cylinders because they both work in tandem together. So if you have only one cylinder with liquid in, you risk running of damaging the second cylinder with the machine turning around in a dry cylinder, which would then result in breakages. So we want to stop that from happening, so make sure we've got mixture in both. When we go on to the keep fresh, so this is a system whereby you can keep the product in the hopper chilled, fresh, for up to 24 hours. Now, we don't recommend keeping product in this unit overnight. The maximum on the graph here for the temperature readings is 24 hours, but really this is used for quieter periods. Maybe you don't want to switch the machine and clean it off, so you want to keep that mixture nice and safe. So we've maybe done something at lunchtime and we want to keep the machine and the mixture nice and fresh until the evening. We can then put it onto the keep fresh mode and allow us to keep the machine in operation until such time as we need to use it again. Along the bottom here, we've got our play button. Now this gives us different sections to go into depending on what we want to do with the machine. So there's lots of information. So if you have lost the manual, there's lots of information available built into the machine itself. So if we go through them, so we've got the set here. It basically tells you what the set functions do, how to get into it. The passcode is in the manual, so again, it's worth keeping that. And it just basically talks you through the steps of what's inside there. Making ice cream, again, how to make ice cream, where to put the mixture, coloring, different flavors and so on and so forth, and how to operate that side of stuff. Processing the ice cream, as in making and selling. Again, what the machine's doing, how long it's going to take to to get the machine ready, and if it's, again, giving you hints and tips around the discharge side of stuff. Spare parts, so it actually gives you a list of the bits and bobs and what they're called. So if you do have an issue, you'll be able to look on here and it will tell you the name of the product, and we can take it back out of there as well. Gives us the accessories. If we go into that as well, it's going to give you a similar thing. So it's going to tell you what the bits accessories are for the machine. So you can, if you do have any issues, you can reorder. Presentation to daily maintenance. So again, how to clean the machine. Very important. Just tells you step by step what to do with images, what to press, and how to do it. So great for multi-use sites where you have multiple users and they may not be sure of what to do. Simply follow the on-screen instructions, and it also breaks down everything that needs to be cleaned, how to do it. So again, lots of useful information in there. Once we come out of that, we go into the set mode. So this is more going into the background of the machine. So 10, 12, 15. The code gets us into the settings of the machine. So again, it's passcoded for a reason, to stop anybody going in and fiddling around with the settings. So depending on your mixture and what sort of levels you're doing, you can choose the hardness and softness setting using the shift setting. So higher, more harder, lower, softer. So depending on what your mixture is and what finish you want, play around with that to see where the happy medium is. Default is what we're seeing in here. Expanded settings, so this is how much air is going into the machine. So if like a softer, fluffier ice cream or more expanded and so on, allows you to adjust that setting. So if you want a more softer, creamier, set it higher. If you want more tougher, more thicker consistency, you can set that lower. The cycle time, this is the time given to the machine once it's not in operation. So what we don't want to do is have everything running constantly, because obviously the noise and of course the consumption. So what we can do is we can set it higher or lower depending on when the machine's not in operation, how long it'll be before it kicks back in and keeps that mixture frozen and ready to serve. The hopper temperature as well is the temperature that the mixture's kept in the top. So again, that's adjustable up to 10 degrees. So depending on where you want to be, depending on your environment you're in, you may want to adjust that to where you want to be in a happy medium. If we go to the next page, this is then going on to the machine's operation. So power, how much we've drawn off, the temperature, product temperatures, total temperatures, and power consumption, all that good stuff in there. So it also gives you a cups reset, so you can see how much you've actually used, and you can reset that number if you want to. On the top here, we've got the troubleshoot checking. So again, it's giving you the list of codes for the machine. So it's sort of a diagnostic system to see what's wrong with it. So it helps the engineers. Again, it's there if you need it. And then you've got factory resets if you want to reset everything back to OE. So maybe you've played around with it and it's not quite working or something's gone wrong. Don't panic. Do a factory reset and it brings the machine back to as it was in the box, which is a great point to start from again if you want to do your adjustments. And that's everything on the screen. So as I said, this is just an image, there's nothing on here, but that is a quick run through of the panel to get you up to speed with how to get into the depths of the machine, the operation side of things, and of course, how to look after it and maintain it as well.